Hello everyone, this is Sumit Bose and I am from the Buddhi Academy. Today we are going to discuss on the chapter the Age of Industrialization. Okay, now this is the industrialization played a very important role and significant role to the modern world and the system of international trade system what we see today. So it is directly linked with that particular age or that particular era. So today we are going to cover this entire chapter through these following points. The first point will be the meaning. What is industrialization? Okay, before knowing the age of industrialization we have to know the meaning of what is industrialization. The second point will be when did it started and where. Okay, the third point is why did it started in England. This is the most important point. Why not somewhere else? Okay, I mean Europe is a very huge continent, so why in England, okay, or Britain? So this has some certain points why it started in England. Okay, the final one, the next one is effects of the industrialization. Okay, what were the effects of the industrialization? Number 4. And the fifth one, final one, is conclusion. Okay, so without any further delay, let's start with the first one, that is meaning. What is the meaning of industrialization? Okay, industrialization is the process of transforming the economy of nation or region from a form of focus on agriculture to reliance on manufacturing. Mechanized methods of mass production are an essential component of this transition. Okay, so what is the basic form of work? Okay, this is agriculture, right? So industrialization is something which is shifting the process, okay, from doing agriculture to working in a manufacturing industry or a factory. Okay, so what is needed here? Mechanized methods of mass production are an essential component of this transition. Okay, mass production, it is very essential process for this transition. So this is the meaning of industrialization. Okay, so let's go to the second point. When did it started and where? Eric Hobsbawm held that the Industrial Revolution began in Britain in the 1780s and was not fully felt until the 1830s or 1840. Now, why? If something began in 1780, it was not felt until it was 1830 or 40. Why? Because look, whenever a huge change comes, whenever a change comes in the society, and industrial revolution was one of the biggest changes in human history. Okay, the modern world which we see today, the decorum of work which we follow today, okay, was created in that time only. Okay, so the next thing is, so it started its way from 1780s, and in 1840 30 40s till 1830 40s it was fully established. Okay, while T.S. Ashton held it occurred roughly between 1760 to 1830. So between that time it started. Okay, it slowly came to work. Okay, and next we shall go to the next point, shall we? Third point is, why did it started in England? This is the most important topic, okay, of this entire chapter. Okay, focus on this, because most of the time question comes that why did the industrial revolution started in England only. This is the most authentic question of all time. Okay, and why not any other countries, why in England? Okay, so let's check it. Why did it started in England? Okay. Some main reasons were England, it had banks of raw materials from its colony under the British Crown. Okay, The British crown means the queen was directly present there, and the banks of raw materials from the colonies under the British crown. Okay, basically, uh, England had supply of raw materials. Okay, cheap raw materials. It had a well developed banking system that encouraged investors to invest. So a well developed banking system it not only encourages people to do their savings, but also the banking systems encourage the investors to invest. Why the investors get encouraged to do investment? Because they could get easily loan, access to easy loans. So whenever an investor is getting access to easy loans, they will get, obviously they will get an encouragement to start up, to do a new startup, and they will invest. Okay, and the third point is, so this is the first point, this is the second point, this is the third point. England had cheap energy and supply of coal. This is the main reason, this is one of the main reasons. England had cheap energy and its supply of coal, huge supply of coal was there. Okay, the fourth and the final point is, some mechanical inventions such as spinning jenny and flying mako etc. made production easier. For example, before that mechanism, okay, people used to go work directly to do the production, but now spinning jenny and flying mako did made this production much easier. Okay, so next to the next point, that is effects. What were the effects? This is the number one effect. It increased productions and efficiency. Obviously, industrialization, machines were invented. Okay, and it increased the production and it also increased the efficiency. Okay, number two, it lowered prices of goods as supply increased. As supply increased, the prices of goods went down. Okay, number three, many people migrated from rural areas to urban areas. Okay, why they migrated from rural areas to urban areas? In search of work, because they lived there farming and they came to the city and to work under the factories. Okay, number four, it boosted the country's economy. Why? Because more production means more sales. Okay, and trading was done, so obviously it boosted the country's economy. Okay, now we will look to the final part, that is conclusion. Factories came up quickly, generating large scale of production of goods. So as the production increased, as the manufacturing increased, so factories were set up quickly on a large scale of production of goods. Okay, that led to worldwide trade. Now the question is, why this led to worldwide trade? Okay, in the age of industrialization, what did increase? Production. But the markets were limited. So what did happen? Excess goods, right? Now what we need to sell these excess goods? New markets, that's why it started worldwide trade or international trading. Now was the moment when international trading started. Okay, so I hope all of you understood the video, the chapter, and for more information or details please contact the Bodhi Academy.